Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered why we get bored? And more intriguingly, why humans seem to be the only creatures that experience boredom. While most people dismiss boredom as a simple nuisance, philosophers have discovered it might be one of our most significant and meaningful emotional states. Think about this. You're sitting in a waiting room with nothing to do. No phone, no magazine, just you and your thoughts. Within minutes, you're experiencing an almost unbearable urge to do something, anything. This seemingly simple experience has driven people to make both brilliant discoveries and terrible decisions. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer was the first to take boredom seriously. He argued that boredom reveals something profound about human nature. Animals don't get bored because they live entirely in the present, satisfied when their immediate needs are met. But humans? We're cursed with consciousness of time and endless desires that can never be fully satisfied. Consider how strange boredom really is. We're living on a spinning rock, hurling through space at 67,000 miles per hour, surrounded by mysteries science hasn't explained, and yet we can still feel that everything is dull and uninteresting. How is this possible? Norwegian philosopher Lars Svensson suggests that boredom is a modern plague, born from the expectation that life should be constantly exciting and meaningful. Our ancestors, busy trying to survive, rarely had time to be bored. But in our world of endless entertainment and comfort, boredom has become a daily experience. Here's where it gets interesting. Research shows that boredom might be essential for creativity and self-discovery. When we're bored, our minds start wandering, making new connections, and questioning our existence. Silicon Valley executives now regularly practice boredom sessions, periods without any stimulation, to enhance their creative thinking. But there's a darker side. Studies show that bored people are more likely to engage in risky behavior, from gambling to dangerous driving. Prisons report that boredom is one of the most severe forms of psychological stress inmates face. Some philosophers argue that much of human evil comes from attempts to escape boredom. Martin Heidegger saw boredom as a gateway to understanding our own existence. In profound boredom, when nothing seems to matter, we suddenly face the big questions. Why are we here? What's the point of it all? These moments of existential boredom might be uncomfortable, but they're often the starting point for personal growth and philosophical insight. Think about how we deal with boredom today. We reach for our phones, scroll through social media, binge-watch shows, anything to avoid being alone with our thoughts. But what if this constant avoidance of boredom is actually harming us? What if boredom is trying to tell us something important? Some researchers suggest that boredom is like physical pain, an evolutionary signal that something needs to change. Just as pain tells you to move your hand from a hot stove, boredom might be telling you that your current situation lacks meaning or purpose. The next time you feel bored, instead of immediately seeking distraction, try sitting with that feeling. What's it telling you? Are you in the wrong job? The wrong relationship? Or perhaps you're not challenging yourself enough? Boredom might be your mind's way of pushing you toward a more meaningful life. Kierkegaard went so far as to say that being bored is actually a sign of spiritual sophistication. Only those who have experienced everything interesting can truly experience boredom. He saw boredom as a potential gateway to religious experience. When nothing in the world interests us anymore, we might finally look beyond it. Modern psychologists have found that people who can handle boredom tend to be more creative and more successful. They're better at setting long-term goals and dealing with frustration. Meanwhile, those who can't handle boredom often struggle with addiction, whether to substances, shopping, or social media. So perhaps it's time to rethink boredom. Instead of seeing it as a negative emotion to be avoided at all costs, we might view it as a valuable signal, a call to deeper engagement with life, a spur to creativity, or an invitation to self-reflection. Next time you're bored, remember, you're experiencing something uniquely human, something that has driven both great achievements and terrible mistakes, something that might be trying to tell you something important about your life. Maybe boredom isn't the enemy after all. Maybe it's a friend trying to wake you up to a more meaningful existence. The question is, what will you do next time boredom strikes? Reach for your phone or reach for insight? Thanks for watching.